Hey guys, welcome to the next installment of my 8-week series, Weddings 101 according to School of Van Horne. Today's topic is my favorite. It's wedding planner Q&A with this guy. So I took to social media, don't forget to follow me, and asked everyone to send me their questions that they wanted me to answer in a video. Let's get started. Okay, we're starting off simple. What's been one of your most memorable wedding themes? I once did a Halloween wedding and it was absolutely stunning. It was a Gothic couple and they decided to host their wedding on Halloween weekend and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was different, it was unique, and all the guests were into it and it just made for a really fun night. Next up, why would someone choose to get married? To be legally entitled to half. Next up, best way to break it to family members that they're not invited. Ooh. You send all the invitations out at the same time, but some of them you just send empty envelopes and then you send out a mass email letting everyone know to rip open their envelopes, and if there's one inside, you're happy to see them there. Also, what kind of family members do you not want at your wedding? Damn. Okay, how do I find a man who will marry me? Asking for a friend. Next, what's the biggest mistake made by couples planning a wedding? Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen is the same.
What did I say?
Chefs.
Too many cooks in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Too many hands in the pot. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Hands down, this is by far the biggest mistake that couples make. Listen, I am all about having your friends and family involved, especially when some of them are paying. However, it is ultimately your guys' day, and if you think about it, opinions are literally just that, opinions. What I think you should do is narrow questions down that you have and then present people with the question and the two options. And also remember, don't present too many questions to too many people, or else you're gonna get conflicting answers. And then what do you do when one side of the family wants one thing and the other side of the family wants the other? Limit your questions. It's your day. Ooh, this is a good one. What's better, buffet or prix menus? This is a tough one. Now, I love a good buffet, and I actually find that buffets work better for certain cultural foods. I've done a lot of Indian weddings, and anyone who eats South Asian cuisine knows it is meant to be served in a buffet because you're gonna wanna go up for several different plates and you're gonna wanna try different things. I think a plated course works better if you are looking for a very structured night where you know exactly the timeline on how everything's gonna unfold. But all in all, I think you're pretty good to go with either, depending on the type of food that you're gonna have available. If you haven't checked it out already, definitely check out my video on choosing your menu. Oh, here's one. How do you get your man to propose to you? Seriously? Ooh, child, we're getting juicy now. What's the biggest mistake you've made as a wedding or event planner? Okay, funny story. Disclaimer, I don't make mistakes. However, I did have back-to-back Jewish weddings. Now, there's a tradition with Jewish weddings that they do a motzi prayer and they serve the challah before their dinner is served. So, it was my understanding that once the prayer is done, the bread gets cut up and it gets passed to all the guests, because I had done this before at a previous wedding. So, as soon as the prayer was done, we had a backup challah in the back that we had cut up to pass to everybody. And while the challah was being passed, I had the salad served. Got yelled at by the mother of the bride and was told, why is there salad being put down? The challah is not done being served. Fair enough, my mistake. The following weekend, the motzi prayer happened. I cut up the challah, my staff was passing the challah, and I didn't have them serve the salad and I held it. Well, it wasn't as important, and I had the groom's mother beeline it across the ballroom yelling, the challah means nothing, where's the salad? Easy mistake to make. Different things mean different things to different families. So at the end of the day, pro tip, always check beforehand. What is the craziest thing you've seen at a wedding? It's not so much crazy as it was exciting, but I did have one of my couples end their speech with, and we're soon to be 3. And that's how they told their parents that they were expecting. And the excitement on the family's face was really cool to be a part of that experience. Have you ever gotten drunk at a wedding you were the planner for? Okay, in fairness, your friends and family sometimes hire you to do their weddings where you're also a guest. So yes, I've gotten drunk when I was the planner, but in terms of a client, the most I've ever done was have one bride ask me to do a shot with her, and I agreed to it, and she had the shots poured, and right when we were about to do it, I was thinking, okay, just a cute little cheers, get it, girl. No, she called her photographer over and had her bridal party stand around and cheer while we did a shot by the fireplace and got pictures of it. Way to be subtle. And you know who you are. Love you. Okay, last question. What was your favorite wedding that you've ever planned? Oh, that's a cute one. So I think with this one, it's a little bit difficult to answer because I've been doing events for 9 years, but there is one particular couple that I'm thinking about, and they were just madly in love. And when I say madly in love, I'm not talking they were so sweet and their story was beautiful. I'm talking they were laughing from start to finish the entire night. They did not take their eyes off each other, and half the time they seemed like they were in on an inside joke that nobody else was privy to. And it was one of my favorite weddings to plan. I couldn't tell you a single detail from this wedding. I vaguely remember what the room looked like, but at the end of the day, I couldn't take my eyes off of them who couldn't take their eyes off each other, because ultimately everybody feeds off of the couple. And when you're that in love and you're having that good of a time, it's always a great night. And it was really one of my favorite couples to work with in the 9 years that I've been doing this. Well, that was relatively painless. I think this was an easy first Q&A. If you have questions that you want me to answer or questions that I didn't cover, comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned and check out my next installment.